everyone, my name is Meera. Welcome back to my channel. This is yet another book review. I have been reading quite a few books this past couple of weeks. I just finished one amazing book yesterday and I immediately knew thereafter the first video I'm going to be filming had to be a review of the book. The book I'm going to be talking about in this video is called Feminists Don't Wear Pink and Other Lies, which has been curated by Scarlett Curtis. So this is basically a collection of essays, poems, opinion pieces, anecdotes that have been written by women from different industries. The common thread that runs through all of their stories is feminism, as is evident from the title of the book. So each of these women talk about what feminism means to them, how they came to realize what feminism entails, what the movement is, and why there is such a dire need for a feminist movement in our society today. This book is almost 400 pages long and all of these write-ups have been split into 5 categories which the curator, that is Scarlett Curtis, calls the 5 stages of feminism. There's epiphany, anger, joy, action and education. There are many write-ups in this collection that are so refreshing, that stem from this deep-rooted understanding of oneself. It felt so good to be reading this book. It was so inspiring to hear the thoughts of these amazingly accomplished women. It definitely taught me a thing or two, helped me realize a couple of things that I necessarily would not have given a thought if I hadn't read this book. The writing style in this entire book is very different, very vibrant and as unique as the personality. So as you keep flipping page after page and reading everything that these writers have presented to you, you are more and more captivated. The USP of this collection is definitely how almost each and every one of the write-ups in this collection is so honest, is so raw, it is not sugar-coated in any way. It's just women being their absolute selves without being ashamed to admit anything, without feeling the need to present a certain polished version of themselves. So you can certainly relate to many of the things that these women have to say, because many a times what happens with media representation of women and lifestyles is that we tend to get carried away. We begin to think that we need to be this perfect image of a woman, we need to fit into certain kinds of clothes, we need to present ourselves in a certain way in order to be accepted by society. But here is a collection of writings by women who are telling you that one of the most basic things about feminism is accepting yourself the way you are with all your flaws, as cheesy as that sounds, but that is important, and that's what comes out so strongly from all of these writings. So there are many things that these women are admitting to, things they've learned over the course of their lives. They have written it down for you so that you know what it's like. One other aspect of this book that is very unique is that each of these write-ups don't follow a set form. There are essays, there are poems, there are listicles, then there's also certain text that is presented a little differently, sort of like a stylized presentation. But each of these texts go on to reinforce the idea that feminism may mean something different to a different woman or a different person. Some of my absolute favorite pieces from this collection are Tell Him by Jamila Jamil, The Weaker Sex by Keira Knightley, The Catastrophizers Alphabet by Kat Dennings, and an interview with my mum by Jodie Whittaker. What's interesting about The Catastrophizers Alphabet is that it shows us how women have been conditioned to fear everything. So there's always someone telling you don't go out at night, don't wear certain kinds of clothes, don't talk to strangers, don't do this, don't do that. So this sense of fear has been inculcated and it has been growing and expanding in women since a very young age, because they are always told what to do and what not to do. And so what the writer does is she picks a certain object or a certain idea for each of the alphabets from A to Z, and she talks about how that object or that idea, that concept could inevitably end up in a woman being kidnapped. So that was a very interesting piece. What's really disheartening to see is that so many of these women have had to undergo so much hardship, and simply because they were born a woman and so considered inferior to men, they've had to fight such unfair battles to become successful, to get to a place in life where they can earn livelihood, be proud of what they're doing. Although feminism is the most important theme in this collection, we also read about women talking about their experiences being a mother, being a working professional, what that means in different industries, how some of them have been bullied, how they've been mistreated and harassed, how they've had supportive families and friends who encourage them to be the best they could be. So all of these little themes are also evident in many of the write-ups. I rated this book 4.5 out of 5 stars, and I am just so glad that this was one of the earlier books of 2019 that I started the year with such an incredible read. I cannot stress it enough how important it is for each and every one of you to read it, whether you're a guy, a girl, or you don't identify with any of these. It is very important, because being a feminist doesn't necessarily mean picking a certain group of people over others. Please read it, please imbibe as much value as you can from it. I'm going to be leaving the Amazon link to this book in the description. If you'd like to share any story, any of your personal experiences, then you can do that as well in the comments. I look forward to hearing from you, because this is a topic I think we should all talk about. I'm not going to tell you much more about this book. I have given you a gist of what it is and my thoughts about it. When you read it, I want you to do that with an open mind. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you could share this review video, because I want more and more people to know about this book. So yeah, read this book, spread word about it. Let's talk some more in the comments. I'll see you again with another video soon. Bye.